Hey everyone, okay, so I've been sent some new bits and pieces from Charlotte Tilbury, plus some of my all-time favorite products. But now, let's be honest, I've not loved everything they've ever brought out, and I've been really honest about that. Remember? It was like 80% this and 60% that and 100% this, and you know, all things that weren't on the original and didn't need to be on the original. She's released more Pillow Talk products, which is quite surprising to me. As is true of all Charlotte Tilbury products, they are obviously good. They come with a whole bunch of hyperbole. The only issue I have with the product is the hyperbole that comes with it, because it is now becoming the norm for things to be even more extreme than the last launch and the last launch. And this one is truly off the chart. I'm just gonna add that up. So that is 1,763%. And the moment I got it, all I could think was, hang on, that doesn't look new. That looks like the new Rebel palette. And it turns out it is. It's exactly the same. They're identical, absolutely identical. This is Charlotte Tilbury's Matte Eyes to Mesmerize. And they're dreadful. They really are strange. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan at all. First impression wise, not a big fan of this. It's supposed to brighten, look completely flawless, and if you're familiar with the evolution of Charlotte Tilbury's brand, it will also do the dishes and give you hours and hours of intense foreplay. So, you can see I've never loved everything. But it's worth remembering that I have loved more than I've disliked. And what's also worth remembering is I have been a massive fan of Charlotte Tilbury from day one. And people can forget this. I was the very first customer in the UK to buy any of her products. And in case you're wondering, I bought everything, every single product on launch day I bought. First customer, and that's something. I mean, that really is. I filmed with Charlotte twice, and the best thing that ever happened was I was personally trained. I got to spend the entire day with her, and I learned so much, and I mean so much stuff on how to apply makeup and her techniques and how she does what she does. It was an incredible experience. In fact, if you go through all my videos, you'll find that there's way more positive ones than I ever did negative.
It's why she's so impressed with it and why I'm so impressed with it. It's a wonderful foundation.
Very beautiful products. I'm a big fan of these. I like a liquid and a cream, I really do. And these look beautiful on the skin. That red is heavenly. I went to Charlotte's studio, which is in London, and there was this really huge table, and all of these journalists were there, and then there was me, just a single makeup artist there as well. It is rare that a product excites me to this degree. I like lots and lots of products, don't get me wrong, but one that excites me to this amount is just fun. With it to prime it, then I'm going to apply just 2 eyeshadow colors, and then I'm going to set it with the spray again, and we're going to leave it for, I don't know, I think I left it for just over 3 minutes. And what you will see here, and this is the fun part, is that this really does set the makeup that's applied to it. You can go out and get it, but it just gives a really nice, beautiful effect to the skin. Again, approximately 165 days of use with this, with one pump. So it's going to last you a long time. And the skin just looks so good. Oh, it looks so good. As you know, I love Charlotte Tilbury, so you'll never hear me say anything bad. And that's a fact. See you all soon. Bye-bye. So what I thought I'd do is let's do a look. We'll do it quick and snappy and gorgeous, and I'll show you some of the products that I've got sent and some of my all-time favorites. So let's just jump in. So first up, Magic Cream, obviously. Now Magic Cream is iconic, but I'm going to use it slightly differently today. So I'm going to take some of the Magic Cream, beautiful stuff, and I've used tons and tons of this over the years, and I mean tons of it. But what I'm going to do is take the Hollywood Beauty Light Wand, and this is a brand new one. This is the Disney one. And what I'm going to do is apply a little bit of this light wand right on my hand, and I'm going to blend the two together, and it's going to create, I mean, look at that. It's a beautiful pink cacophony of gorgeousness. Now, I'm going to apply this to my skin, and it might look a little bit odd to begin with, but just trust me, this is going to leave behind a really, really beautiful finish to the skin. And when I apply complexion products over it, we will get a really, and I mean really beautiful finish. So you can see it's giving me a rosy glow, which, you know, I'm not unhappy about. So let's move into the complexion. I'm going to be using Beautiful Skin Foundation, and I'm going to be using shade 4. I'm going to give it a little shake and apply about 1 pump to the back of my hand. And I'm just going to, I like to move things around, and I'm just going to dot 3 patches, 2 on the sides of my nose, and then I will just go in and move this around, and this will just give my complexion, it will even it out, but it will make it look like skin. And you already know what I'm like with products. I like the complexion products to really look like skin, and this does just that. Now I've still got a load of product left, so what I'm going to do is just apply this to my ears because they're looking particularly pink today. And it is nice to have one's ears the same color as one's face. So let's give those a bit of a cover just to even things out. You know, perfected. It is a great, great foundation. So next I'm going to move into concealer. So I'm going to use the Beautiful Skin Radiant Concealer. This is in shade 6. And I'm just going to go in to the inner corners just to begin with. This is where I want to start, just to brighten the area of the face that doesn't crease when we smile. And let's go in. I mean, and it's also worth noting, you know, I'm 45, this is going on 45-year-old skin, not had anything done to it, so you get a realistic look of what it looks like when you're not 12. Anything else that's left on the brush before I dip back in, just going in just here. I get a little bit red just above the eyebrows, and this area can kind of flatten out a bit as well when we get older, so I'm just going to bring it back out. For me, that's all I need. Now that I've done that and everything is looking great, I'm going to mattify. So I'm going to be using the Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder. I'm going to be using this in shade 2 and just a flat brush. And I'm just going to apply the product and then just kind of pat it onto the exact areas that I want to take down the shine. So the T-zone area, the nose, the sides of the nose, and where I apply that concealer, and especially the eyelids. This is probably one of my favorite pressed powders. I've spoken about it for an eternity, obviously, but it just takes down the shine, and there's emolliency in it. So you don't get that, it's not that flat matte color that you can sometimes get. Now, I'm going to apply a bit more powder anyway around the outside perimeter, but I use a different product for that. Okay, so let's warm up the complexion with Film Star Bronze and Glow, an iconic product now. I mean, so iconic. So what I'm going to do is take a big brush, dip it into the bronzer shade, and I'm going to just tap this onto the outside perimeter of the face, leaving that slightly lighter interior halo, bringing it down, bringing it onto my neck to warm it up, and just sweeping it just a little bit across the nose and down the sides. And this just gives a really pretty kind of flush of color. You instantly look better. This summer I actually, you know, my skin got a little tanned, and I gotta say I really like the effect that the colouring, you know, it just makes you look, as you all know, well. So here's one of my all-time favourite products. Now, if anyone is watching and wants to send me, I don't know, 60 of them, please do. Beach sticks. This is an old friend. Look at that. I'm going to hit the exact same points almost that I applied that bronzer, because this is going to give me the most beautiful flushed look, and you all know I like that look. So first I'm going to go in with a brush and I'm blending it into the bronzer. So I'm staying away from those areas that I didn't bronze. I'm pushing it into the bronzer so I get this really realistic rosy look going into the eyebrow. I remember when this came out and I used this, and I remember thinking, oh, and I think I bought about 12 of them because I loved them that much. And I'll tell you something else, the editorial for this was so beautiful. Whatever's left, I'm just going to take down the sides of my neck for continuity. Then I'm going to go in with that foundation brush, making sure there's very little on there, and I'm just going to tap around the edges. So I'm going to use a brand new product. I'm going to do kind of a sandwichy technique. So the Magic Hydrator Mist, or Hydrator Mist. I'm going to give it a shake, and I'm just going to spritz this across my face before I use the setting spray. Now, I mentioned the setting spray before. It is so strong and it will hold your makeup in place. It really will. But before we use that, what I'm going to do is just add a touch more powder. It's not going to get cakey. Just going to add a little bit more. Just over, or just in the center of the face, before I go in with the setting spray. So now give it a shake, and I'm just going to do a T and a V. Now it's just not going to go anywhere now, and that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. What I think, just for fun, whatever's left on the Beauty Light wand, which isn't going to be much, I'm just going to take my finger, knock it off on the back of my hand, and I'm just going to hit a really strategic high point here. Same thing on the other side. Blend that in with my fingers. Even though I've done powder and concealer and I've set everything, I think I just want a little bit more lightness here. This is the beauty about being a makeup artist. You can do whatever you want. So I'm going to go in. This is Charlotte Tilbury Medium, and this is their corrector. And I'm going to just go in with a medium shade. And this is just going to brighten up. And I'm just going to touch. That's going to look lovely. It's going to be subtle, which is just what I want. But I just want to brighten up, because this area just makes you look awake. This area doesn't crease. And because this is a corrector, it's just counteracting that darkness that we can get there. Ooh, lovely. Now, finally, I'm going to use Push-Up Lashes Pillow Talk. Now, I did a video on this, and the very first time I used this, I did not get on with it. I then did another video, and I was like, yeah, I got it a bit wrong. I really like it. You know, I said, sorry, I got it wrong. When I get things wrong, you got to say sorry. All I'm doing, please don't poke myself in the eye, is just trying to make the lashes dark. I don't want to build up volume here. This is just so we've got contrast between the rest of the face, because when you're applying a lot of makeup and skincare and face products, the eyelashes get product in them and they just disappear. See, look at that. Just adding, oh, I've just knocked the camera. Just adding a bit of mascara just frames the face, and it makes that inner corner we just did lighter. Some of my favorite Charlotte Tilbury products. Let's have a little looky. Beautiful. Here's a quick tip. When you use the setting spray, it creates like a film, like a film over the skin. that is incredibly smooth. So if I were, and I'm obsessed with powder, if I was to take some more powder and just sweep it across the T-zone, it's got that film on it. So the makeup doesn't move that's underneath, but you get to control some of the shine without affecting the actual makeup. Bet you didn't know that. Now you do. Beautiful. I mean, look at that. Ooh, delicious and flawless. Let me get my glasses on. Even more flawless now I can see. Beautiful products. Massive thank you obviously for sending me products. Here's an ironic bit. So I got sent these goodies here, which I'm obviously very grateful for. A couple of weeks ago, I spent a fortune restocking a lot of these products as well. I really have and always have loved Charlotte Tilbury and the brand. And doing this kind of video is interesting to me because I use the products all the time, but you don't see that. And that's the interesting bit, is that I use them all the time. You just don't know it because I'm not speaking about it every day. Flawless face, just Charlotte Tilbury products. Absolutely lovely. Thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. All the information right down there in the description bar. Thanks for your time. See you soon. Bye-bye.